no matter what happens, like the shifts that I've had in this last like 8 months, like, you know, both with you and Ian, like, yeah, it has, when I look back, it is like, I'm getting emotional now, like, yeah, it's huge. I'm 39 years old. I'm a building surveyor. I live in England and I've only had like short-term relationships. I'm keen to basically break that pattern and experience being in a close, intimate, long-term relationship. I just started dating a man who I saw great potential in, and a real potential for my own personal growth as well. But I was really struggling with it, and it was mainly sort of attachment stuff that in the past has often meant that I've ended relationships too quickly. And so I really wanted somebody who I could talk to whilst dating this man on like a weekly basis, so I could kind of check in with what was going on for me, and look to sort of express my needs, wants, desires, the real me in this relationship, essentially. But mainly it was ultimately to get over my fear of abandonment and look to explore relationships and my sexuality more, I guess. Yeah. I was a little bit nervous about working with a man, but that was also one of the reasons why I wanted to work with Eric, because I think I had certain biases or negative beliefs or misunderstandings about men that I really wanted to question, basically, because I knew that potentially that was something that was holding me back. And I also really wanted a male perspective on some of the issues that I was dealing with in dating or relationships. So I could look to understand men just in general and my partner more. Yeah. I'd say I have noticed a big shift around my views and perceptions of men now. So yeah, it's not just in my intimate relationship. Like I notice it in like work relationships and family relationships. It feels good. It feels like, you know, I do feel like I have a big appreciation for men and their qualities, the different qualities that they bring compared to, you know, maybe feminine qualities as well. So I'm able to recognize that more rather than trying to make them be like a woman, which I probably would have done in the past, basically. Yeah. So I knew I needed a safe space to kind of be able to talk about a lot of the issues that I was dealing with. Basically, I wanted to do that with a man, so that hopefully that would mirror in my other relationship, or the relationship I was trying to explore. First consultation that I had with Eric, that's kind of instantly what I felt. I did feel it was a safe space. I felt seen, I felt heard, felt understood. That was a massive plus. But also I kind of really liked that Eric was going to set me concrete goals and homework and things like that and hold me accountable to kind of moving forward with the work. So I knew that I didn't just want to turn up and talk. I wanted to kind of go away with a concrete plan of attack so I could see that things would move forward. And that's kind of what Eric promised. So and is what's occurred. It was always a really positive experience with Eric. I really appreciated the fact that he encouraged me to push through comfort zones, basically. But then also when I did push through that comfort zone, it was also really nice that Eric often recognised that and basically congratulated me, or he saw potential that I could go further, and that was a massive boost. So yeah. I really appreciated that I was able to turn up and be really vulnerable in Eric's sessions. Like I've lost count of the number of times that I've cried during Eric's sessions. But this really, really helped me to kind of realise that my emotional and sensitive side is actually okay. Like there's nothing wrong with me. and that it's actually, a big part of my personality that I needed to express more. I've had some wonderful experiences where I've sort of managed to do that and had some, really good feedback, but also I've created, really nice intimacy with that person, or my partner, kind of thing. So it's sort of I've had a big shift there where I'm like, I've dropped down a mask or a guard, and I kind of do feel more comfortable to reveal that side of myself. I'd often turn up to sessions with a myriad of thoughts and things going on, and not really having a clear idea of like what was going on for me or what I wanted to achieve in that session. But Eric had a wonderful way of kind of listening to all that, but then really getting to the bottom of what was really going on for me and what perhaps my key need was for that session. So I really appreciated that he kept me on point and sort of on target, and the sessions weren't wasted, basically. And I also really appreciated that, because I would often turn up to sessions with a lot of worries and a lot of anxieties that were catastrophizing, or kind of not really based in fact, or I'd be making stories up in my head and that kind of thing. And I really appreciated that Eric would call me out on that, or that would put things in perspective more to basically lessen the worries, and also make me laugh at myself at sometimes, which I think sometimes I need, just to kind of not to take life so seriously and take the whole dating, it should be fun, and it's all exploration, and I really appreciated that Eric kind of tried to encourage that reframe of like, just enjoy it, just kind of try to treat it as a learning experience, as a challenge, kind of face the fear and do it anyway, that kind of attitude. So I was like, oh my God, am I going to do this on video, basically? But okay. So I've never really enjoyed sex, and to be honest, this was one of my biggest and one of my big desires in also with working with Eric, is that I wanted to explore this side of my personality, I guess. And by working with Eric, I've kind of been encouraged to push through some of my fears and inhibitions in this area, and again, ask for what I want or need, and and I've really sort of now I've really relaxed into enjoying my partner's company and sex, I've had some really nice experiences as a result of working through this. So I'm kind of can see massive progress there, which again, I really appreciate. Basically, it's been good fun. So Eric made me realise that I have a big self-saboteur, and one of the key benefits from learning about that is that I didn't end my recurrent relationship too quickly because of that. Basically, it allowed me to progress and explore the relationship. So I feel more able to, with my self-saboteur, to sort of call it out and to sit with those anxieties, I guess, and see them for what they are, and not buy into those anxieties that they're true. So boundaries. So I am a people pleaser, especially when it comes to intimate relationships. But Eric really helped me to define, my wants, needs, and boundaries, and then also helped me to sort of articulate them to my partner in a loving and respectful way, rather than in a demanding way. And this has allowed me to sort of create better trust in myself, and kind of knowing myself, my wants, my needs, but also like a better and clearer, authentic relationship with my partner, or other relationships in my life. So yeah, absolutely. So much so that I've continued to work with Eric much after the 3-month program, and I'm still working with him now. So definitely recommend. I'd probably say anybody that's interested in exploring relationships and their sexuality, but also I would recommend to women interested in understanding men or their partner, their male partner better, basically. Yeah. And I'd recommend it if you're just struggling with relationships, whether that's dating, long-term partnerships, or just relationships in life in general, and you want to understand yourself and relationships better. Then do give it a go. Basically, you will gain some valuable insights about yourself or just relationships in general. I've recommended it to a couple of female friends of mine. Yes, I just wanted to say that the guy that I was dating at the start of this process, the reason why I started coaching, I am still seeing him, which I'm really happy about. And I've learned so much through both dating him and the work that I've done with Eric. And I'm really proud of myself for not running away, like the fact that I've managed to keep this going for however long it is. But I couldn't have done that without Eric's support. And I should forever be grateful for his time and support in all that has allowed me to overcome and experience in this new relationship. So I've got a lot of big thanks to Eric, basically. Yeah. No matter what happens, like the shifts that I've had in this last 8 months, when I look back, it is like I'm getting emotional now. Like, yeah, it's huge. I'm just super grateful for that I haven't, that I've managed to kind of, because I've got so many new imprints, like now I've got so many new imprints that, I can take this, forward in any relation, any other future relationships or with Ian, it is just, huge.